to yet another exciting session of the Facite Stories from Parasande, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition TTRPG actual play. I am your humble game mistress, Winter. I am a writer and all-around hobbyist. I've dabbled in just about everything, including miniature painting, graphic artistry, and lots of other things that I like to do to make these games more and more fun. In fact, you'll see some of my handiwork with the intro video here just briefly. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a long-time watcher, welcome as well. We appreciate you being here. I am excited for this session. And let's go ahead and introduce our cast as we know and love them, starting with Abby.
Hi everyone, I'm Abby Marie Carter. I'll be playing Ahira tonight. You can find me on Instagram at Abby_Marie_Carter, and can't wait to get into this.
Welcome, of course. And the ever-famous Dennis.
Famous? I mean, if you say so. Hi, I'm Dennis. I run the Okayest DM YouTube channel, where right now I'm not making a whole lot of content other than designing my own rules light RPG system.
Named Sagas, if I remember correctly.
Yes, Sagas, acronym for Setting and Genre Agnostic System.
There you go. I have been privy to some of that system, and I'm really excited to see where it's going. So hopefully I'll get a chance to play test some of it.
Yeah.
But do keep an eye out on the OKSDM's YouTube channel for more of that. Thank you so much. And Joe.
Hi, I'm Joe. I am playing Serana tonight, and I can be found on social media as at MaryHappy2 or on Twitch, MojoJojo624, or on TikTok, AltJojo24. I like the number 24. Is that obvious? I think that's obvious.
Well, as long as it's not the number 23, because supposedly that one's cursed.
No, 24 is great because I was born on a 24th day. So
there's a whole movie about it. I see Abby's look. There's a whole movie about it starring Jim Carrey. Number 23.
23. So yeah. I'm like, I don't want this to be a bad luck here.
Oh yeah, it is.
Well, now that we've said it.
Yep. It's we've recognized it. Now the world's gonna come to an end again. All right. Anything else there, Joe?
Not that I can recall in this current brain moment.
In this current brain moment. Okay. All right, thank you. And Joey.
Hi, I'm Joey. I play Delphinium or Finn, and you can find me at Prince Perry Pastille on Twitter, TikTok, and now Twitch.
Wunderbar. All right. Well, thank you so much. And let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of The Facite Stories from Parasande. And we're back. Last time on The Facite, the adventurers had found the den of the light spinners. And through some trial and error, were able to make it through the electrified webbing that blocked their path, only to find that the light spinners were in mortal peril. Shadow forces had descended upon the magnificent spiders and were threatening to wipe them out, save for the adventurers' interference. They ran off a shadow drake and managed to beat back the shadow forces, saving the day and the light spinners from certain doom. The players were rewarded with treasure, and amongst that treasure was a cloak worn by Ahira's Mei, and it had a message in it telling Ahira that she needed to continue her Mei's work and seal the rift. That is where we begin. The light spinners are not intelligent creatures. They're probably a little smarter than some of their brethren, but they cannot communicate beyond their chittering and typical motions, body language. They scuttle backwards a little bit as Ahira had fallen into sobs over her Mei's message. A large light spinner gently, reading the room, as it were, uses its long legs to gather up a large length of electrified webbing and lays it on the floor at Archie's feet.
Archie's still pretty heavily injured.
Even after the healing you cast?
It didn't
yes,
heal him.
Archie
Wow,
did
okay.
not heal
All right.
himself.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Speaking of that, hang on. I gotta look at the thing. Archie, does that spider want you to take the thing? Is that why? Are you supposed to? I don't think you're supposed to touch it.
No, it looks like it would hurt. But I think it's giving it to us. I mean, we do already know that Della lore needed to see the light spinners for a reason. I think this was it. It's their silk.
Okay, you are not looking good. Let me just... And I think I am going to... If I can... focus points, how many do I have? I have 2, and I have used 1. Dang it. If it says focus 2, does that mean I have to use 2 points to use it?
No. I only know this because we're the same class.
Yeah, each focus spell only takes 1 point to cast.
Okay.
But you have already cast 1 today, so you only have 1 point left.
Exactly. I would like to experiment with something.
Okay.
So my curse.
Yes.
Would that occur if I use blessing, or is like anytime that I heal someone, is that what happens?
Your curse goes off when you use one of your focus spells.
Cool.
Yes. So
Cool.
lifelink, it would go off if you cast, say, lifelink.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna cast. I'll cast Healer's Blessing. Because I think
Really?
lifelink is a little bit too extreme right now. So in order to do that, I'm gonna walk over to Archie and just kind of crouch down next to him and put a hand on his shoulder and say, you know, you really taking care of everybody, and I feel like maybe you don't feel like you deserve to be taken care of, and that's not true. You're a really good guy, and just because maybe some things were different when before you were frozen and stuff, it doesn't mean that you're not good now. And I think you deserve all the goodness that you can possibly find. And whether that's with us, I mean, you're just, I really appreciate you. And I think that you're a really good friend. Yeah. And she's just gonna sit there and stare into his eyes the entire time that, and while that happened, she's just gonna keep mumbling about how good of a person he is for about a minute. Just the duration of the spell.
Okay.
And you regain 4 additional hit points.
No.
Possibly.
No. Yeah.
You don't?
I don't.
Why don't you?
Like, the spell happens and I don't heal.
Right. I know why. Okay.
This is evil and I hate it!
I know why for 2 reasons. One, Healer's Blessing doesn't actually heal.
Oh.
It increases the healing from healing spells.
Oh.
Second, Archie has something else going on.
Damn. Okay. Well, I tried, and then that didn't work, and I just and I at you, but it's cool. Now you know. I'm just gonna pat him on the back. I don't know what's wrong with
It's
you.
okay, Serana. It's okay.
It's.
You might misunderstand. It's not that I won't heal myself. It's that I can't heal myself.
Yeah, that's fine. I would like to help. I would like to heal you, but I didn't do the right thing. So maybe I have a.
It's okay. We have potions, remember?
Yeah. It's Yeah, you should take mine. And she's just gonna shove minor healing potion into his hand.
Oh.
Here,
I guess this might work. But
Why
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
it?
take yours. Remember, I have 2.
Okay. Is this like some weird...
I don't know. It might be something that has to do with being frozen in ice for 30,000 years. Some sort of side effect. But I know that my own spells don't work as well on me as they do on others. And evidently, same goes for your magic.
Apparently.
I really appreciate the effort. It's a lot.
I mean, I meant what I said, so...
Yeah, I know. But let me just rest here for a moment and see if I can... Sometimes if I concentrate enough, it comes back.
And I'm going to spend 10 minutes refocusing.
It looks like, Dennis, your volume might be a little low.
Oh. Darn it.
Thank you, Shell Shock.
Alright. That should be better. Turn to gain all the way up. And I'm going to
Awesome. Sounds,
refocus
yeah, they say it
for
sounds better.
10 minutes.
Okay. So refocusing allows you to regain a focus point to use for your focus spells.
And it reduces my curse by 1.
There you go.
Oh. That's why.
Joe gets it.
Maybe. Do we have... Ooh, okay, no, I'm gonna
Yes,
send you a
we
message.
do.
Yep. Yes. Yeah.
That is horrible.
Yes, it is.
That's so bad.
Okay,
You guys
a
will
little
get
bit
it,
of
it's fine.
over-the-table clarity,
They're finding
I
that
think.
they have a shared issue.
A little bit of over-the-table clarity for viewers and for the 2 confused faces on stream.
Yes.
Oracles have this thing called mysteries, and with a mystery comes a curse, and the curse gets worse the more focus spells you cast. I've cast 2 focus spells, so I can't heal unless I'm at 1 hit point. Or unless I'm at 0 hit points, in which case I can heal 1. Joe's character has the same thing.
Yep.
It's kind of intense.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But the heal spells that we can, it's called the Curse of Outpouring Life, and the benefit to it is when the curse gets that bad, our healing spells use D12s instead of D8s.
Yep.
We just really want
There's
you to
a
live.
trade-off. Yeah.
Granted, Serana, at this point, I think, in canon, does not understand or know that this is actually a thing. So, if I act
And
surprised.
for the 2 characters, it's definitely going to look different. The aesthetic is definitely different. Serana, yours is, as I think we'll experience, hope in the future, maybe. Yours, that tendril of light that your matron used or was playing with, that's similar to what you'll see in connecting with others. So, all right then.
All right, let's try it now. I don't want to use my own abilities, my own spells to heal. See if I can.
No. Can I? Since that didn't work, can I try it again? If you misused it, or is that totally me using a focus point?
Well, do you have another spell that heals?
I have.
For instance, heal.
I don't have that. I have lifelink, but that's. I have stabilize, but you have to be dying.
I could fix that.
No. Yeah. All I have is lifelink. Other than that,
I have bandages.
well, let me triple
Those should work.
check.
those would help, I think.
If I roll well.
Nah, yeah, that's all I got. Because I don't think mending's gonna do much.
Nope.
It's not gonna work
particularly.
unless you're a hero.
So your curse, though, gives you lifelink, which is a focus spell. And that is a healing. You'll have to focus for the same 10 minutes that Archie was.
Okay. So, but that one looks like it's supposedly only during combat.
Lifelink does two things. When you cast it, it heals the target 1d4, and as long as you keep it up, you take the first 3 damage that the target takes instead of the target taking it. So it is better in combat. It does a little bit of healing, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't have to wear yourself out, Serana. Finn, you have the tools necessary, right?
I do.
I'd do it myself, but it's tough.
Yeah. You sit there. We'll figure out this web thing later. That'd be medicine.
You're trying to just patch Archie up?
Yes.
Yeah. Just give me a medicine.
Okay. Ooh, alright, 21.
Ooh. Very nice.
Wait, so that's for treat wounds.
So treat wounds, yeah. So 21 would give you 2d8.
How do critical successes work in Pathfinder?
If you roll a natural 20, or if you roll 10 above the target number.
Okay, 10 above.
Yep.
2d8?
So 2d8, yep.
Okay. 2 and...
Unless you want to take a whole hour, and then Archie would get double the hit points.
We don't have that long.
Well, I rolled 5.
Okay, so 5 for Archie.
Thanks. Feels a little better.
We should try to get back when we can.
Yeah, but I think there's someone here that needs help more than me.
And I'll turn to a hero.
Who is currently just kind of curled up in herself with Maymay's cloak around her. Just kind of not aware of anything that's going on around her right now. But the sobbing has finally died down.
Okay, so should we, and she'll just kind of sit over somehow in between the both of them and have a hand on both. they're both, I guess, probably close enough in distance. So we stay here. We can't stay here forever.
No, but I think we can take a rest.
That'd probably be good. I got a little cut up back there, but it's not bad.
I think the light spinners here want to help. It's hard to tell.
And Archie will eye the giant spiders around them.
They have more or less resumed their activities. Only a few of them still hang at the periphery.
Besides, I kind of want to figure out what all of this stuff does.
And Archie indicates the massive amount of loot that they've gotten.
Like these.
And he'll pick up the 2 wands, one in each hand.
I have no idea what these do when I want to.
I feel like maybe we just hold off on using that. I was told when I was younger that you just don't pick up things and wave them around because you don't know what it could be. So we should pocket those and definitely not use them right now. Yep.
Fine, I guess.
I think we should try to figure out, and Finn is probably like gloves on, like eyeballing the
Magnifying glass
dead,
out.
like kind of also looking up at the spider. Just can we touch it? Like we need it, apparently.
I mean, I think we could touch it.
It just kind of regards you. Its multitudinous eyes, just black.
Well, I'm the least hurt. It's an offering. Maybe I could just... And she just kind of goes for it with her gloves on.
All right. There is a heavy electrical discharge as you pick it up, and you're going to take 3 electricity.
Ooh.
I drop it and yell.
Oh.
Okay, not a good choice. Nope. No.
Is it still charged?
It is.
Whatever they gave us seems to be lasting longer than the stuff at the entrance.
Can I, like, investigate it? I feel like I need
Sure.
to. I don't know. I feel like this is going to turn into. You see that it is a electric glowing wire, and that's going to be out. We'll see.
Wait.
What?
Ahira.
Sorry, did you say my name?
Are you...
Yeah, you should go touch the wire.
Well, yes, eventually. But are you alright? Are you okay to keep going soon?
I'm fine. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
But can't she be electrocuted?
Don't think so. Besides, Ahira's the one that's going to need to use it. I mean, I don't know how to sew shut a rift in space.
Plus,
I don't really know how to
technically,
do that either.
you have a giant needle, first of all. Second, the thingy that you wear, the pendant, the reason it got it charged back is because I touched it to the thing, to this wire. So maybe that's where you get power from or something.
Maybe. At this point, I'm gonna start like messing with the cloak, kind of checking it out, seeing if I can trigger any more messages, seeing if there's anything, any pockets or anything from May. Just like anything. And to everyone else, it just looks like I hear her just like kind of wiggling around and like hitting herself, but she's very purposefully like trying to trigger something with the cloak.
If you will, please give me an arcane check, please.
An arcana check? Or is arcane something different? Okay.
No,
okay.
Same thing.
Alright, come on. Oh, shit.
That's never good.
Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
A 1 for an 8.
I swear to God.
So,
We're off on a great start.
Abby Marie Carter.
I'm trying, okay? We're not going to use that dice. Also, I think Akira is a little too still upset to be able to really figure anything out right now.
Akira, you're not okay. And as you begin to search the cloak, your panic just comes rushing to the forefront, and you find yourself frantic, searching the cloak, not even really searching for anything anymore. It's because what should be in the cloak is missing. You know, you're May, and that fact hits you like a ton of bricks.
As I finish kind of the search, I'm just gonna freeze and let out a tiny little sob, and then like pull the hood down and just be like, I don't really know what to do. I don't know how to use this. I'm not immune to electricity. Touching the webs before still hurt me, but I can try again. I can try with my needles, or because I don't just have this one, of course. She like jotters to her needle spear that she keeps on her back, usually, unless she's throwing it at people. Or I have, I sew, so I have small ones. I don't know that this thread would work with that. I don't know. I'm sorry. I really don't know.
It's okay to not know.
I want to help, but I can't. Not right now.
It's okay. I mean, technically, I lost the best friend that I've had in my entire life, like, what, 24 hours ago? Died in my arms. So I get it. You were not there for that. Oh, I just remembered. So sorry.
Sort of.
Technically you were there. You were Baby Bjorn against Finn, but, yes. I'm not processing it, so I'm glad that you are. That's so good.
Your best friend died in your arms?
Yeah. And gave me, like, the last fruit from the tree to possibly save myself from my patron. You know, it's fine. But like, that is something that we're gonna deal with way later. This is something that's very important right now. So I can deal with that pain later. Not now. Now we have to focus on you and figuring out how you're gonna use a giant needle with possibly string from a spider to seal a rift in time or space or what?
Unclear.
Yeah. It seems to be both. I don't really know. I wish I could talk to Mira. I feel like she'd be a great help, but I don't dream. So I don't have any way to try and contact her. Do any of y'all have any connection with the avatars or Mira or
No, but
besides Serrano?
I have these, and she pulls up the tea. I don't think this. Never mind.
No, you're onto something, Finn, I think. Just, I don't know if Ahir is the one to drink it. I might be able to make that connection.
I wish I could talk to Mira myself, but I guess I could try and... While we were waiting for Simon to get back, I spent a lot of time with Kimberly, and she said I could, like, meditate. I could try that. And you could try your thing, Archie, because...
I want you to try first.
Okay. Okay. I've seen my Maymay meditate before. She's always trying to get me to do it. I was never very good at it, but no time like the present to learn. I'm gonna kind of bellow the cloak around me and put the hood back up so I can sort of focus.
Okay.
And close my eyes, and I'm gonna try and meditate on Mira and try to make some connection with the Avatar of Dreams, who gave me life. I think.
Okay. Give me a will check.
Roll for talk to a god.
Yes.
Right? I was like, I know I'm gonna need to roll.
Hey, God,
but I have no
you
idea
there?
what- It's me, Akira.
You know.
Oh, we like that. We love that. That's an 18, so 25?
Okay. You settle into a place of peace. There's an awareness that begins to open up to you as you sit there. You can feel the presence of your companions. You can feel the scurrying and movements of the spiders as they go about their lives. A small one even takes note of your meditation and scuttles up close and settles down next to you.
Hi there, friend.
You can hear the hum the electricity in their webbing. And it is this growing sound, this ambient that begins to fill your awareness. That humming spreads out and becomes your world. It's almost like a tune, someone humming a tune, a musical note with subtle harmonies layered under it. But then, as you turn your awareness, looking up, looking down, side to side, there's something in the distance. That is empty. And that emptiness is loud. It is localized, but it is, anytime that you turn your attention in that particular direction, it is deafening. That humming and that harmony that you hear becomes a single tune, that whine that you might hear when you're in complete darkness, complete silence. And that is all you receive.
Okay. I'm gonna come out of it. I'm gonna come out of it in a huff. And nothing. I don't understand. I don't know how to contact these things. I don't know what to do. Why am I supposed to be responsible for any of this? I don't understand. Sorry.
It's okay.
We've all been frustrated.
Archie, do you think we could try to talk to them together? I mean, you have the person you talk to, and I have mine, but mine's bad. And I feel like maybe, I don't know. It's a dumb idea. It's not a good idea. Never mind. Do whatever, do whatever you were gonna do. Never mind. Don't even.
You were onto something. Feel like avatars aren't really people. They're more like these higher beings that we can't possibly understand. They have motives that are beyond us. They pretend to think like we do, but they have to follow different rules. It's all a gray area. So honestly, at this point, any suggestion is worth taking into account. I think I'll try on my own first. Besides, I've always kind of wanted to try that Dreamtime tea we found yesterday.
It does have a cute bear on it.
I mean, I'm not sure what else we have. I've studied, but I am in no way qualified.
How do you feel about setting up camp? Taking a few hours sleep? I mean, we're not gonna... I don't think there is a safer place for us in the Facet right now.
I trust it here, and Ahir's like gently kind of petting the light spinner that's still sitting behind it beside her.
Amazing.
It kind
Really
of
comfortable.
nuzzles up to your side.
Little baby.
Spiders have never been so cute.
Right.
And they never will be again.
Yeah.
So Archie will, put out a bedroll, light a fire, boil some water, make some tea.
Okay. Using the Dreamtime tea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Finn, while we're setting up, do you mind taking a closer look at some of these things?
Indicating the loot.
I can try my best.
I've written here 2 wands, a dagger with a glass tube in the center, a skeleton key, a purplish black gem, May's cloak, 3 vaguely alchemical items, and a talisman in the shape of a tiger.
Yeah. Now I need to find where I kept those notes.
You also missed the
I know I saved
200
them.
gold.
Oh, no, yeah, I have that written down. I think we put that in the community pot.
We know what that is.
Just go up to it and just go.
It's real.
Dude,
that the key?
does anyone remember how we actually
here
did
it is.
handle that
Okay.
200 gold?
The original 200?
The 200 we got from these spiders.
I don't think.
It's-
Yeah, you hadn't distributed it yet.
We haven't touched it yet.
Alright, I will throw it all in the community pot and we can do that later.
All right. Oop, okay. All right, so who is going to be looking at those items?
Me.
All right.
The smart one. Please.
The smart one.
Am I?
Yes.
All right, so let's take a look at the first one. Okay, out of these skills, which are you trained in? Arcana, religion, occultism, or nature?
All of them.
Well, very well then.
Amazing.
Pick one, and you're gonna roll for it.
Arcana and occultism are both +9, so Arcana, I guess, is more general. Please roll good. Nat 20.
Nice. Yes. I will give you.
Yes.
In fact, I will give you both wands for that one. Oh, I'm sorry. So a critical success, you mean you learn all the attributes of an item, what it does, means for activating it, and whether or not it is cursed. Well, it is not cursed. It is a wand of widening. At the end of the end of this wand is forked instead of tapered. Let's see. Essentially, you can increase the area of a spell that is cast. Add 5 feet to the radius of a burst. Add 5 feet to the length of a cone or line. Or add 10 feet to the length of a larger cone or line. So if that's longer than 15 feet. So like if you add a lightning bolt, that would go 30 feet. Or 40 feet, excuse me. 40 feet. And I can link this all to you, or you can find it on the Archives of Nemesis, which is the Pathfinder resource material site. So it has all the rules, all the items, everything there. All right, next roll.
Next roll or next wand?
Next roll. Well, both.
That's a nat 1.
Oh no!
Makes it 10. It's lore I can't critically fail on. Not.
Let's see.
This isn't lore, so that doesn't work.
I'm sorry, you said it was a lore?
No. I can't critically fail a lore check with unmistakable lore, but this does not apply.
Yeah. No, because it is not a lore check. So you will identify this particular wand as cursed. It will shorten the duration of any spell cast through it.
Okay, so Finn is just like quill and paper, just like tearing through and just like flipping through and scribbling down notes, and it's just like, oh, this one's useless.
All right. And if you want to identify the dagger, you can do that as well.
I can't get better or worse than that. 6 + 9 is 15?
Nope. I can spell things correctly. You are unable to identify this. What the dagger is definitely magical, but you're not sure what the tube is for, how it relates to the snake-headed hilt. It is baffling at this moment.
All right.
And then the only other magical item that's not consumable, permanent items, is the cloak that Ahira is now draped in.
Nah, it just holds messages, that's all.
Oh yeah, that's it.
There's nothing important about it. Nothing.
I'm not gonna take it from her.
All right, sounds good to me.
She is bundled up in that.
She's trying to burrito.
Finn just walks up and starts poking the cloak with one of the wands.
It pokes the cloak to see if it's magical.
Honestly, if you asked, she might. I don't know. She's She's a little unstable right now. Who knows?
Just a little bit.
It's fine. I'm fine.
Just girly things. Fine.
I don't have the heart. I'm not messing.
Yeah, no worries. But we do have some consumable items. So I will either need. Let's see. There are 3 alchemical items and 3 consumable magic items. So Arcana for those, crafting for the alchemical items.
Okay.
Just let me know what you're doing first.
Let's do the alchemical items, but Finn is
Okay.
probably gonna, after the daggers, just kind of like, yeah, we're getting into uncharted territory here, but I'll keep going. So I'm doing Arcana for alchemical.
Crafting for alchemical.
Well, let's not drop my things. Oh, it's the same. Never mind. Okay, hold on. Where did you go? Ta-da!
Runaway dice. Runaway dice.
That's a 2 for 11.
The first vial is an oil of some kind. You can see how it, the viscosity of the liquid in the vial. It is thick, and it is kind of a grayish purple, but it is not familiar to you. All right, next one.
Oh, it's me. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, that's an 18.
Okay.
27.
You've seen this in action before. This just looks like a stronger dose. It is Alchemist's Fire. Moderate. So, bigger boom for your buck.
Alrighty.
All right, and last alchemical.
That's a 3. 12.
This one, I'm going to be a little cheeky here and say you can't tell what it does, or you've never seen this potion before. It's definitely a little less viscosity than the oil. It's a pale blue, and there's something written on the bottle. Does that say "drink me"?
Ooh, I don't trust it. Not one bit.
Nope.
Maybe
Broken
later.
Pink bubbles for the next month.
I'll drink it. Or I'm sorry, a hero will drink it.
All right. Drink
Oh
it.
my God.
Our audience is like, drink it, drink it.
Sarah needs to drink the potion, clearly.
All right, now for the magical items, if you will give me some more Arcana roll.
Alrighty.
For the first item, the purplish black gem.
Okay. Arcana. Yes. Okay. Same number. Let's go.
Okay.
17 plus 9.
All right. This is a fear gem. Dark smoke seems to writhe within this obsidian gem. When activated, it you make an intimidating strike as a fighter. And it's a talisman, so it has to be affixed to a weapon to be able to be used.
Okay, next. It's a 19 plus 9.
How much? I'm sorry?
19 plus 9.
Oh, okay. This is a sneaky key. It is a little silver skeleton key that can be pinned to armor or a sleeve. When you turn the key to activate it for the next minute, if the outcome of any of your attempts to pick a lock is a critical failure, you get a failure instead. And last one.
Eight plus 9 is 17.
All right. Excuse me. This pewter tiger snarls viciously. When attached to a weapon's grip, the weapon can gain the sweep trait if it is triggered for 1 minute. It is a tiger manuki.
Wait, what does it do?
It gives the weapon the sweep trait.
So basically it hits everything in melee for a minute and it's consumable?
Yep.
Okay.
Something to that effect, anyway. See, sweep makes the weapon makes wide sweeping spinning attacks, making it easier to attack multiple enemies. You gain a +1 circumstance bonus if you attack multiple targets in a single round.
Okay.
And that's it.
I imagine there's a lot of scribbling and just word vomit.
Yes, absolutely. As you're trying different triggering words and such. Now that all is going to take you pretty close to about an hour, at least. By that time, camp has been set up. The tea has long since been boiling.
Oh, this smells good. Alright, before I drink this and conk out, we need to contact not your Mei, but Ira, Avatar of the Moon.
And Dream. She's the one that gave my Mei the task, and I feel like she's the best one to
Ask how to
tell me
seal
where
this
to go
rift.
from here. She's also who created me. Well, not created, gave me life, according to the story. I don't know how long ago it was, but potentially if you mention me or my Mei, she might be more willing to listen. I don't know how nice she is or isn't.
Well, with any luck, she is.
Hope so.
Oh, someone keep watch, please. Good night.
I'll take first watch. You guys get some sleep.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to sleep, so I'll keep watch with you.
At least try, you know? Just Here, you can lay down next to me and in the cloak and stuff, and just kind of curl up. I'm right here.
Okay. I'll still have the little lights, but I don't know how big the small ones are. But if the light
it's about the
friend
size of
stays
a.
with her,
It's about the size of a Doberman.
nice. Well, if the light spinner wants to stay with Ahira, she will be happy to have its company and just curl up next to Serana with the light spinner too, and get some sleep, which for her is, like ragdolling, basically, I guess.
All right. Archie. You sip the lemony tasting tea, full of citrus and a little bit of chamomile. It is soothing with a little bit of tang to it as it goes down. And coupled with the exertions from the day and the pain that your body is in, the tea just knocks you out. Please roll me a fortitude, if you will.
Fortitude save. 14.
Let's see. I'm sorry, you said 14?
Yes.
Okay. Your mind grows really fuzzy after the first minute after drinking the tea. Go ahead and roll it again, please.
Dirty 20.
You fall unconscious. You fall into that deep sleep, hurrying toward the realm of dreams. The visions, the dreams that come to you are not some direct communique from Mira or any other avatar. But you see an old woman, elderly looking, wild, peppered hair, braided back, wearing furs and of a familiar cloak. As she makes her way toward the light spinner den, satchel by her side, her hand passes or clutches like the webbing as she goes, and the electricity does not seem to affect her at all as she ducks under, weaves her way through. A wall of shadow and darkness erupts, blocking her path. How'd I know that it would be you? You're a little early, aren't you, Della? The woman spins around, and even in your dream, this person's visage is shrouded in shadow that seem to radiate off them. The only constant that detail that you can get is the glowing purple eye that pierces the darkness. I hope that you're not intending to interfere again. And the figure draws a magnificent, as in large, sword and bears it on the old lady. No, I think you're going to come with me. Della pulls up her hood, whispering into it before casting it through the wall of darkness, or her whole cloak through the wall of darkness. The figure bears down on Della, and the shadows crash down on the two of them, vanishing. And that is all that you gain.
Do I wake up immediately after, or?
Nope, you are out. I apologize.
Tea.
So,
you're out for 12 hours.
Yeah, no, you're. It's actually so the tea only lasts for about 30 minutes. It's whether or not you get woken up after that. If you're planning on sleeping for a while, then that's a different story. Though, as with the effects of Dreamtime Tea, you can ask a question with a weal or woe response. So, you ask a question, I can tell you whether it will lead to fortune or misfortune.
Does it have to be a question about something that I or the party are planning on doing?
That is an option, yes.
Okay, because I'm just making sure I know all of my options.
Yep.
And I'm already asleep, so I can't ask for help.
So you want to ask about the results of a particular course of action.
Okay. I will ask, the course of action that I want to ask about is, will these spiders, these light spinners that have been helping us so much and that we saved in the previous session, that weave silk that is charged with electrical power, if we leave these spiders alone and we leave now, will they be able to defend themselves again if that shadowy creature and its minions attack? So asking, we leave the spiders alone, what will happen to them?
You get a sense as your mind's eye turns to the spiders and the previous attack. You see them thriving in the near future.
Okay. And I'll finish out my rest.
Okay. Then we will turn to the non-dream world, where Ahira and Sarana, I believe, are up.
Oh, Ahira's asleep beside Sarana.
All right.
Until, like, Sarana needs to not be on watch anymore.
True.
Okay. The rest is undisturbed, allowing everyone a good sleep and recovery from the battle previous. It's hard to know what time it is down in the Facite, so you don't know whether it's daylight or again midnight. But either way, you wake up feeling better and rested, are able to take time to reclaim your spell slots for the day through your meditations and rituals that you may carry out as you come out of rest.
Remind me, how does rest healing work in Pathfinder?
Oh, yes. It is your constitution plus level as far as regaining your hit points. Constitution times level, actually?
That's a big difference.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Oh, I'm sorry. Constitution multiplied by your level.
Oh, amazing. That's much better.
Yes.
Good enough.
That is actually, yeah, that's exactly what I need.
And do we regain all of our focus as well?
Yes. All your focus points regenerate.
All right.
And because I think we hit a good milestone there, go ahead and gain a hero point.
It's back to full.
I'm back to 2. These points. Do I have it? Okay.
Archie will probably be the first one to wake up. And who would anybody be doing last watch?
I guess.
Finn? Okay.
Yeah.
Finn's still fussing over some of the loot and trying to test it a little bit.
I'll sort of grab my blanket, put it over my shoulders, and come look over her shoulder.
Learn anything new?
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh no, I was just so focused. I didn't see you there. Oh, how'd that go?
Learned a lot. A lot more than I was hoping for. I guess I'll tell you now. I saw what happened to Della, kind of. I saw her. I know what she looks like now. But she was attacked, sort of, by... I don't know, this shadow with a single purple eye. And I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. Just can't remember where. Oh, and also she could touch this stuff,
And I'll point at the still charged spider silk zapping with the electricity on the ground.
she could touch that just with her bare hand.
It's amazing, but... Oh. Do you think she's dead?
No. It sounded like whatever attacked her was not intending to kill her. It was just intending to capture her or prevent her from interfering with its plans. I get the sense whatever this single purple eye shrouded in shadow is the same thing that's trying to open the rift.
We probably don't have long.
No, probably not. We have to... Unfortunately, we didn't actually... Or I didn't find out what we really needed to. As it stands, we still don't know where to go. We don't know how to close the rift once we find it. And we don't really know what's going to try and stop us from getting there.
I mean, I don't know if we can ask for help. I assume every day that goes by is just...
The rift widens. Well, at the very least, I got a great night's sleep. For some
Should
reason,
we...
sleeping on this ice or back inside the cave makes me feel like I'm frozen again, and I don't know, it's comfortable. I'll start making food as we wait for the others to wake up.
Okay.
Just as note,
Yes.
Serana fully fell asleep after watch. Okay, good night, and just curled up next to her and has stayed there the entire time. Has not moved. Is close to the spider. Probably has no idea, but you know, it's cool.
Okay. And Ahira?
Ahira will have been asleep next to Serana until she's woken up for like her watch, essentially. Then we'll have gone like right back to sleep next to Serana for Finn to take the final watch. Probably in the middle of like Serana and the light spinner that's now her friend. She's
We just
feeling
have this
nice
cute
and
little
safe.
cuddle pile.
Yes.
Oh.
Also, like, curled up in Maymay's cloak. But she'll awaken pretty quickly. I think after the conversation between Archie and Finn. Probably all the noises of the cooking and stuff wakes her up. And she'll, like, sit bolt upright, take a second, look over at Archie, and then go, "Did you find anything? Did you get to talk to Mira?"
Archie's sort of like shaking the potatoes over the fire.
Yeah, I did actually. Good news. Della Lore is probably still alive. I had a vision of when she was attacked, and whatever attacked her was aiming to capture, not kill. As far as I could tell.
What captured her?
I didn't get a good look at it. It was shrouded in shadow, like it was hiding itself from visions, divination, dreams. All I saw was its shadow and a single purple eye. I swear
That
I've seen
sounds
it
like-
before, but I can't.
I've seen that before. That's what I saw before I got turned back into a doll.
What do you mean?
There was shadows and a figure, but I couldn't make anything out. But it just something in the shadows, and I saw a pinprick of purple light. And then I was a doll, as y'all have told me. That's the last thing I saw before I woke up, before we fought for the light spinners.
Shit. That means that whatever attacked her knows about you. Might even know about us. Whatever it is,
Who
we'll
knows
probably
about
be
us?
Prepared.
What?
Yes, hang on. Food's almost ready, Serana.
Okay.
We'll get you caught up.
But you think that she's okay? Maybe? She's not dead, at least?
I think
Just
she's alive.
taken? Is there anything else you saw that would be helpful?
Well, the tea seemed to do more than just give me a vision of her. After that, my mind wandered. I started thinking about these lovely little critters that we've been protected by for the last 8 hours. And I think that I felt reassured that they can take care of themselves if we leave.
We have to take the silk with us, and we don't have a good way to do that, do we?
Yeah. Probably should have asked about that.
I can try and pick it up. I guess my mommy's probably used it before, so I don't know. Or maybe I can do something with my pendant when picking it up. I don't know.
Your pendant,
I can try,
maybe
though.
your needle. I say
I'll
give
give
it
it
a
a
shot.
try.
Okay.
And I'll go over to the
The bundle.
pile. Yeah, the bundle of thread, electrified silk thread, and I will kind of take my pendant out of my dress, try and put it near it, and that sort of thing. also have my needle out, kind of be gently touching it. And if nothing else happens, I'll probably just go in and grab it fully with my hands if nothing happens with the other two things.
Okay. So you're grabbing your pendant and then you're prodding it at the same time, or?
Well, first I'll just kind of bring my pendant near the bundle and see if there's any reaction, anything that happens.
There's a discharge, it's like putting, like touching one of those globes with the static electricity that comes in. Yeah, those things. Putting both your pendant and your needle spear close to it. You see that connecting energy flickering between the bundle and the object. But you don't feel any ill effects.
Okay, then I'm going to pick it up with my hands.
Okay.
And see what happens.
There's a bit of a shock, almost more like a static shock. Like you've just run across the carpet and touched something. But as your hand closes around it and that connection is made, you can feel the current coursing through the webbing. You can even feel it traveling up your arm. But the cloak seems to resonate on that same frequency. Like you've just created an electrical loop or electrical circuit, and you are fine.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group to Finn and Archie. Is Serana awake yet?
I'm awake.
A little bit.
Alright, I'll turn to Finn and Archie and just like, I can hold it now.
Oh, wow. Archie's putting like a plate of potato bits in front of Serana.
That way, the potatoes mixed with seeing the electric. That's what gets me awake. Like, oh! Potatoes. What? You can hold it?
Would Akira be able to figure out what's going on at all? Probably not.
I need an arcana.
Oh, let's see. Alright. You gonna figure out this cloak yet? Probably not. 9.
There seems to be some sort of electrical sympathy between the two items, but beyond that, maybe you are impervious to electrical shocks.
Akira doesn't know anything. Okay, yeah. I will just kind of continue standing there and just like, I don't know. But I can hold it now, which means I can use it.
Hey, I think I just had a great idea. You know that thing you do, Ahira, where you throw your needle spear at something far away and then yank it back? What if you yank it back with this stuff?
What do you
This
mean?
is the thread. Thread it through your needle and use this to pull it back.
I mean, I could. I don't. Okay. She's immediately gonna grab her needle spear, and I'm gonna thread the needle.
Okay.
And like as I'm doing it, I'm kind of being like, it's usually a little different because it's not like actual thread. I never have to thread this needle. It's like magic. But as she's going and doing it, and then she'll kind of like look around the cavern for some area that's free. So like not, so she won't hit anything. She's gonna
Okay.
she'll throw her spear and try and like hold it with the electrical thread.
Okay. You'll target a stalagmite nearby where there are no spiders or any of your fellow adventurers, and chuck it. It flies as perfectly as any of your previous throws. The line that you've kind of wound around your forearm it kind of stretches as it nears its target. Allows you a little give, but eventually like reaches its end as you hit your target. And you can still feel that energy coursing through the thread that you now have. And you give it a hard yank, and your spear comes back.
It works.
Amazing.
And Archie's going to run over to the stalagmite to see the damage.
Besides the hole where the needle pierced the stone and ice, the ice has these electrical marks, kind of like if you burn electricity through a table.
Yeah.
It goes all kinds of different ways. The ice has that branching out from the needle mark.
This is awesome.
I wonder if this works on the spells. I've seen her shock people.
Now she can shock people through this. Do you think it would have any weird effects if the... You know what? Ahira, we'll let you figure it out. You can experiment.
Well, we need the thread to seal the rift, so I don't want to put it in danger. I mean, unless the light spinners want to give us more, but I feel like we should protect this thread because there's that whole rift in the world that I'm supposed to fix.
With this stuff, yeah.
Do I get the sense that this thread has infinite uses? I guess.
I will need a Arcana or Nature check.
Nope. That's a 3, and I think both of those bonuses are less than 3.
It's hard to say. You've seen their webbing lose its charge, usually when it's cut.
There is a big risk, I guess. I'll let you decide, Ahira. Whatever you think is best.
I'd love to be able to use it, but I don't. There's a lot riding on us using, or not us, me, I suppose, using this thread to seal the rift in the world. And I really don't want to disappoint
In the end,
my
I guess
main
it is kind of your task. She's given to you. We, of course, will do everything we can to help you get there and to help you get through it. But in the end, I think it is going to have to be you that does the sealing. So, I'll defer to your judgment.
I mean, I'm the only one who knows how to sew.
Well, I mean...
Technically, not true.
I've stitched together.
But I don't... This is not my job.
That was my thing.
This is not my job.
No, that's you.
Yeah. Well, and at this point, Ahira's gonna, like, remember something. Just you'll see it on her face of, like, wait a second. And she's gonna, like, she's gonna set everything down and open up her bag. And she's gonna pull out these scarves. And she'll start saying, like, I was making one for each of y'all, but I didn't have Zara's done, and so I was waiting until I finished Zara's, but Zara's gone, and so now I suppose I can give them all to y'all, but we're talking about sewing, so it reminded me, and I think we could all use a little pick-me-up, and she's going to hand each one of you a scarf that she's made.
What do they look
each
like?
One, so the one for Archie is going to be kind of more neutral colors, so lots of kind of more browns, but also with some like green embroidery on the ends, essentially, of like different like medical stuff that Ahira has seen Archie use and stuff like that. And then Archie's is also more patchwork. Clearly like different squares of fabric together. Then Serrana's is going to be lots of greens, probably using fabric that's more like ombre, and it'll have like little black leaves embroidered all over it, and that's what Serrana's looks like. It's very pretty. And then Finn's is blue and yellow. It's kind of a mixture of some patchwork along the ends, and then so this like whole piece of fabric. Lots of embroidery along the entire thing, essentially, of magnifying glasses and like just little investigative things, because Ahira has seen Finn use those, and she's like, I've been saving them, and yeah, I've been working on them, and I hope you like them.
This is amazing!
And she just instantly just...
And she'll like Ahira will give each one of you yours. I'll like put it around, or hand it to you, or put it around you if you'll let me.
This is like the first gift I've ever been given from someone who isn't related to me. Well, I mean, from family and stuff, but like everyone's family where I come weird, but like this is the first thing someone's given me outside of that.
And this is the first gift I've ever received from someone that isn't a patient. This is amazing.
And Archie will take the scarf and tie it around his waist like a belt.
Well, yeah, I'm not a patient, just a friend. But I thought it could I thought it'd be nice for us to all have something. And I don't have a lot of skills, but I can do this. So I wanted to do something for y'all, because y'all have done a lot for me.
The little spider has been watching intently and picks up on this positive, friendly, giddy energy, and just kind of like chitters and almost dances a little bit at everybody's feet.
Can we
I want to
keep
reach
him?
down and pet him. I know, I want to keep him.
I want to keep him.
He's so sweet.
Thank you, Ahira. This means so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Of course. And then I'll go and collect the thread and spear and stuff. I'm gonna, I think, wind the thread around my wrist and my forearm, underneath my sleeve to try and keep it safe. And I'll unthread it from the eye of my needle spear as well. Kind of just tie it. Yeah. Don't feel safe putting it in my bag.
No worries. Keep in mind, though, that if you get into a fist fight, you might be discharging some electricity on the way.
But it won't be cut this way.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, I think we are at a good point to stop for our break. So we will take a 10-minute break and be back just 5 of the hour. So if you have stuck around with us and are enjoying our stream, please do follow and even subscribe if you feel so generous, and hope that you will rejoin us in about 10 minutes. So thank you all for watching. We'll see you then. Hello and welcome back, adventurers, to this week's episode of the Facite Stories from Parasande. I am your game mistress, Winter, and I hope that you have stuck around so that we can finish out this wonderful session. It's mostly been a lot of role-playing, and I have been here for it. I love it. So, the group has awakened, and Ahira has found that something about the cloak is giving her the ability to handle the electrified webbing. Now, where do they go?
Archie's probably packing up camp after cleaning up from breakfast.
All right, anybody have any idea what direction we need to go?
Ahira's sitting with her light spinner friend, just kind of petting him. And he's just like, I have no idea. I don't even know who to ask. My only Mira would know. My Maymay would know. I don't know.
Ahira, you... Give me a... I need to check. Just give me a d20.
I don't like straight d20s. It's fine. 5. Ahira doesn't know shit.
You do have some terrible rolls, I'm just gonna say.
I don't know what you want from me.
I want you to roll better!
Archie has a vague idea if we need one.
There was something in your meditation, Ahira, that area of silence and void, but you don't know what direction that was in specifically.
I might have lied. I might have an idea, but I think I need to go back into the meditation. So I didn't find nothing. I didn't find anything really helpful when I was meditating, but I did sort of find something. There was this, like, emptiness. It was really loud. A loud emptiness.
You sound like you
And
know
that's-
what you're saying doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I don't know how to.
I mean, silence
know.
can be very loud.
Yeah, I guess it was like that. And it was. If I had to guess, we need to go that way, but I don't remember which way it was. I can maybe try and meditate again and find it.
If we have to, that might be a good idea, but I don't. How long do you think that would take?
Well, it didn't take all that long last time. I guess it depends on how well I can focus.
All right. How do we help?
Can I aid her?
Meditate
Sure.
better.
Yes.
Okay, because that's an action.
Yes. So
Um,
the actions really don't matter when you're outside of combat.
right.
So, yes, you can aid. I will need a check of some kind. How do you want to aid?
I feel like if I was looking at my skills, I have a +7 to survival. It's not my highest, but I feel like if we're trying to find a way to, like, where we're supposed to go, like, directions always reminds me of survival.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I could use that as a skill check to assist, or if not
Okay.
that,
Yeah.
like religion or maybe Arcana, but I think the other two were possibly more so based on, like, relaxing your mind and going to a different place and kind of helping breathe through it. So it's up to you. Which do you want? Choose.
They are all valid. Which do you want? Which do you see Serana? How do you see Serana helping, like, guiding Ahira's meditation, or being able to identify the direction that Ahira might be pointing?
I think identifying the location is going to be the better option. So that'd be survival. So
Yes.
Survival check.
Okay, so Ahira, go ahead and give me your will check again.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to figure out what dice to use.
They
Very
all
scared.
look like
I don't roll
traitors.
Roll one. I'm
Traitors
like
all.
exclusively rolling ones. So that one I don't like anymore.
All the
Or
Benedice
it's already
Arnolds.
used up all of its ones.
I don't trust it because I already rolled a 1 on it in this session. All right, we're gonna try this one.
All right.
Oh, okay, cool. That's fine. 21?
All right.
21.
You settle back in.
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
say I got a 11 plus, so 18,
Okay.
which I guess only grants her plus 1. 22.
Ahira settles back down, blocks out the world, and finds that tune again that is pervasive throughout the entire area, and quickly identifies the emptiness, the void, and points. Serana, you're very familiar with cave systems. You don't get lost very easily in a cave system, as that's been your home since you were born. So when Ahira points, you walk back through all the tunnels that you took to get to this particular point and realize that she's pointing in the direction of the dugout east.
Huh.
Somewhere close-ish to that first delve that you had so long ago.
I know where we need to go. We gotta go. We gotta go back to the first dig site we went to. Whatever sound you're hearing is there.
Okay. Then we'll go there, I guess.
GM, how long is it going to take to get there?
If you go straight, probably 4-5 hours. Yes, Finn.
There's a problem, everybody. I threw my dagger, and I'm out of bolts.
We should
So
restock.
we need to go back. Yeah, we need to go back to the Delver's Nest.
Unless I can use this one, I don't know what's special about it.
Let's
Oh,
not.
here.
Let's
Take
no.
mine. I don't use it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I can do other stuff. And Archie will cast light and summon his lantern.
Well, you will pass through the dugout west to get to the dugout east, and the dugout west is where all the merchants are set up. So it would be an easy resupply station on the way through.
Don't we need to check in with Simon again, or did that already happen? Things have changed. I don't remember.
Simon's going to have to take a back burner.
Okay. Oh, did we want to get
Sorry, you cut out.
Kimberly?
do we want to get Kimberly
And I guess
and
we
take her with
could.
us?
I
be
could ask
useful.
her if she wants to come. It might make a good story. I don't want to force her, but I can ask her.
Yeah, but I don't know. Is it just me that thinks she's a little annoying?
I'm more worried if she can fight. If she can't defend herself, then what if
That's
she gets
true.
hurt?
I have a feeling
I
she's
think
probably
she's
good.
lovely. She's
I
my
don't
friend.
She seems feisty.
Well, we could ask, or we don't have to. I
We
don't
should
know.
at least ask, and maybe we buy like a set of armor because old now.
Well, I would like to talk to her before we go, just to see if she knows any stories that might be helpful, because she is the one that knew the story about me. So, I don't know. Could be helpful to at least talk to her, and if you don't want me to ask her to come, I won't do that. But if you want me to ask her to come, I will do that.
We should at least ask her for information. There's one thing that I neglected to tell you about the vision I had of Della Lore. The shadowy, one single purple eye that took her, they seem to know each other. Chances are Kimberly follows Della Lore everywhere. Della Lore knows this being. Kimberly might also know what it is.
Maybe. I mean, my Meme has done this before. It's how she got me, or someone else, or both. I don't really know yet. But she's done this before. And I guess it wouldn't be too far of a stretch to think that the person or the thing, entity that did this the first time is doing it again. So we should ask.
Right.
If we're going to the nest anyways, maybe a long shot, but maybe I can ask some questions.
That's kind of your thing, so yes, please do.
And we're leaving?
Yep, say goodbye to your friend.
And that's exactly what I'll do. Ahira's gonna get down, and so that she's probably kneeling in front of it would make them the same height, and just kind of nuzzle it and say I'm sorry I have to leave. You're a really great friend. I'm gonna miss you. And just pet him. And then then she'll get up.
Okay. As you all begin to make your way out, the spider does kind of follow right behind, trailing.
How long does he follow us?
How long are you gonna let him?
And do any of the bigger ones try to stop it?
He stops kind of at the entrance of the smaller tunnel, and kind of inches forward. That if called, it would come. But it doesn't want to venture out without invitation.
Ahira's gonna look at everyone else and just go, can we keep him?
You promise to take care of him.
I promise.
That means feeding him, make sure he has a place to sleep, taking care of all of his other needs, and, most importantly, figuring out what we're going to do when we have to enter a populated area.
I would like it noted that Ahira knows nothing about taking care of animals. So she's yeah, absolutely.
Especially
no
giant
idea.
arachnids, yeah.
No idea what it entails.
I'm the one, it's gonna be me. I'm the one who's taking care of the pets. Okay.
But she is enthusiastically yes, I will figure it out.
Totally
I will
a kid,
let you.
Yes, I totally want a puppy. I have no idea how to take care of a puppy, and I'm not that responsible, but
I will let you hold the leash and pretend like you're in control. It'll be fine. I'll feed it.
So we
It'll
can
be fine.
keep him?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna, like, pat my legs, like when you call a dog.
It hops, like, kind of excitedly and skitters forward. One of the bigger ones is kind of observing, and the little one looks back, and the big one, there's some clicking between them, and then the big one just kind of walks off, and then the little one scurries up and
I'll pet him. Here is just like a kid just completely happy. For the first time in several hours, actually very happy, and just like keeping one hand on her now pet.
So, Hira, gonna give him a
Yes?
name?
Oh, he does need a name, doesn't he? What do people usually name pets?
Pet spiders? No idea.
Terrence. Or George.
yeah, we have a suggestion of George.
George is a good name.
Good job. Okay, a hero will say George, and then like look at him to see if he responds positively or negatively
It just
to that name.
kind of tilts its head, or however a spider can tilt its head.
And she'll just like, can I call you George?
It kind of takes in your excitement at this whole thing and just like chitters.
How about
George it
Volt?
Volt? That would make sense because of the electricity.
Maybe George can be his middle name or his first name.
I like that.
And then Bolt can be his
Volt. George. George Volt. I don't know which sounds better.
middle. The second one sounds like he belongs in him.
George Volt Jr.
It does sound like should be in an 80s.
You sound like a
80s band.
detective.
Yeah.
George
You've got Axl Rose, you've got George Volt.
Oh my god.
Here's gonna go. Well, I think he can be named both, Volt and George, and I'll call him both.
We also have a suggestion of Twilight, so maybe we could go George T. Volt.
Oh my god. This spider is getting
This
the
is
whole
out of
name.
hand. Out of hand, and I love it.
It's like when you call a cat everything but his name.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
His name is
No.
George, but we'll call him Volt Twilight.
Oh my god.
Just as an aside, I had a cat once that we named Mo, but we found out his name was Mighty because he was a runaway, and we ended up adopting him. So we played with the name, and eventually he became like Sir Mighty Mo McLovin Esquire.
That's precious. Esquire.
Yep, but Mo.
George the spider, who we never call George. We call him Volt and Twilight and T-Volt.
T-Volt.
Junior.
Hey, T-Volt.
Junior.
Like T-Bolt, like Thunderbolt, or, All right. So George T-Volt will skitter along behind you as you head through the tunnels. You're a good hour or two into your return to the Delver's Nest.
Oh no, I don't like
When the
that.
GM starts
Yeah.
rolling dice.
Yeah, I start rolling dice.
No.
Yep.
We don't like that.
I don't like it.
Archie,
Oh.
your connection to light, the World Walker's lantern, and is omnipresent with you. So there is a bit of a sixth sense when it comes to an opposing force. So you feel it coming before it happens, and you manage to stop everyone in their tracks just as a gout of black flame erupts in front of you and creates this curtain of shadow blocking your path ahead.
This is what I saw.
Oh no.
Couldn't leave well enough alone. Like Della, you had to go and interfere. The shadow of this wall ahead of you becomes translucent to kind of a shadowy haze, and you can see the shape of a figure on the other side. It is a feminine figure, and a large sword resting on the shoulder. The handguard almost comically large. Though why you would have a handguard on a two-hander, that's weird. You are meddling in powers that you do not comprehend. And there is a flicker of purple light from one of the figure's eyes.
So before I got turned into a doll. The light. That was you, wasn't it?
I had hoped that spell would last longer. Might
You
have
took
to.
my Maymay?
Your Maymay?
Della. Her name is Della. You took Della.
Yes.
And who are you?
You can call me Nemesis. For that's what I am to you.
So there's not like an actual name attached? That's just what you want to be called?
You don't. You are not even worth giving my real name to. You're nothing more than that. She's obviously pointing to the spider. Mere insect compared to what you face.
You're not very nice.
Insects with power.
Your power is nothing.
Well, then why are you here talking to us?
I am simply warning you. Go flit about your short little lives and leave well enough alone. For what is coming will come regardless of your application of your whatever you call the power.
What do you
What have you done with...
For you to stay out of my way. I have no compunction to harm you lest you interfere.
With what?
The mission that you're on.
You're gonna have to be more specific. There's a couple of those.
There's like 4.
You are dense.
Are you the one that
Well,
opened
I
the
just
rift?
hate you.
Feeling is mutual.
Are you who opened the rift?
No, but you can call me its guardian.
So someone else opened the rift. You work for them?
We share common interests.
And so you're trying to stop us like you stopped Della.
That seems to be the gist of it. You catch on quick.
What have you done with Della?
The old lady is fine for now. Once the rift is stable, she can go about her merry.
I don't believe that. Not one bit.
Well, believe it if you wish, or not. It makes no difference to me.
You know there are avatars opposing you.
And there are avatars backing me.
So
Do
you
you-
want us to stop? That's all? That's all you're asking for?
Stay away from the rift, and we shall get along splendidly. I.e., we will never have to see each other.
Will you give Della back?
As I said, once the rift is stable, she'll have no power over it. So she can do with what little time she has left what she will.
Is there a fallen creature helping you? By any chance?
Fallen creature. Elaborate.
My matron, I suppose. She's not exactly what I think she is, and I wouldn't be surprised if she was involved in it somehow. Granted, it does seem like her power is a lot less than I thought.
In all of your rambling, is there a name to this matron?
Joe never says it right, so we're gonna try. Is it Akamahali?
That's correct. You got it.
Okay. There it is. It's in the brain somewhere. It just takes me a second. Yeah. Akamahali.
No, that one, I believe, has their own mysterious plans. But it's one to keep an eye on.
And what of the Phoenix?
Bios. Well, perhaps their reign will come again. If not, then maybe they find that they have nothing left to reign.
You plan to destroy the world again.
The void is a peaceful place. You should try it sometime.
I have.
My people would say otherwise.
Your people.
We come from the first plane. We're the opposite.
Yes, well, perhaps you would prefer to go back there then.
Not really.
Well, you may not have choice. This has been your warning. Continue to interfere, and I will end you.
Then I guess we'll be seeing you again.
But of course, a child of Della would be so stubborn.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Oh, I know from personal experience the determination of a Della creation.
You've encountered one before?
How old are you?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, I thought I was about 5, but it has come to my attention that I might be older than I thought I was. So I don't know.
Oh, you speak of that silly child's rhyme. That is such a load of bullshit.
Language, my gosh.
How so?
Delalore's life has never been so happily ever after.
Maybe not, but she closed the rift before, and she got... And Mira, in return, gave her me, or a different creation.
Mira didn't give her children. Mira simply gave her the means to create them. But perhaps you should take that up with Delalore once all of this is over.
Well, if you would give her back, I could.
And I will. If you leave the rift alone.
If I were to leave the rift alone, give you my word, though I'm sure to someone of your power, that doesn't mean much. But if I were to give you my word that I would leave the rift alone, would you give Delalore back to me now? Or would you still wait for the rift to be stable, or whatever it is that you called it?
1 week. Find something to do. Keep yourself busy for a week. And at the end of that week, if I have not seen you, then Delalore will be returned.
That's good to know.
Very well then. I shall not see you in 1 week. Otherwise, it may come to blows.
Suppose we'll see.
I guess so. Very well then. Be on your way. And look for me not. The shadows seem to implode on themselves. The wall dissipates. And the way ahead is clear.
Well, it's about time.
That was, I think, much more informative than this Nemesis wanted it to be.
And what kind of name is that anyway?
They think highly of themselves.
Yeah.
Just playing
They
devil's
have a lot of
advocate
power.
here, but so do we.
They have a lot of power.
Do they?
I'm only confident because if I'm not, then it's just not going to go well. So,
For a lot of these creatures, or beings, power comes from belief. Frankly, I'm not one to meddle with things I don't understand, but...
Now we need to figure out who that was. They're the guardian. Maybe, or maybe somebody's heard a story, or perhaps there's worship of someone related to it. I'll ask Kimberly about the story of the first rift. I know she called them children's stories, but my mama always told me that there's truth in stories.
Mythology, too.
So I suppose that's where we start, and then we continue with the mission. Right? I don't want to put any of y'all in danger, so I can do it myself.
No.
I was tasked with this, not any of you.
Well, I mean, I came out here not fully understanding that the person that I've worshipped my entire life is really bad, so you're stuck with us.
I was here to study, but this is the most adventure I've seen in my entire life.
Only if you're sure. And Archie, if you don't want to continue, you don't have to. You just got your life.
Archie's been lost in thought throughout this whole conversation since the figure left.
There's something bothering me. There's something that doesn't line up. Doesn't make sense. If she doesn't want us to go mess with the rift, she has the power to capture Della. Why are we still here?
Sounds like that whole, bite model thing with the goddess and the cult, and that you can't do anything about this, so...
I don't think she believes that we can do it. I don't think she believes that I can do it.
Oh. Is very worried that you can. That's why
She wouldn't
she's
have said
shown
anything.
herself to us.
She sees us as a threat.
Exactly. She sees us as a threat, and there's something preventing her from capturing or killing us. My working theory right now is that it's Della.
I don't... Maybe. I don't know if she has that kind of power. I just don't know.
We need to find out more about her.
Well, I'll ask Kimberly. Other than that, I don't think there's anyone else around here that knew her. Back home maybe, but she kept to our house mainly. And made house calls to give people healing and the like. I don't know if we're gonna find much, but I feel like Kimberly is at least a good place to start. And she might be able to tell us who else might know my name around here. Della. I should start calling her Della, because people know her by Della.
You were right, Ahira. We do need to go see Kimberly now more than ever. I apologize for doubting you earlier.
I didn't feel like you doubted me. It's okay to not really like someone. She's just the only one that's ever been able to give me any answers about myself.
I also think we might benefit from paying another old friend a visit. That Gipti weapons specialist. I think that if we are going to go fight whoever this being is, that she's right. We don't have the power necessary. And if the rift is going to be stable in a week, I don't think we have the time to obtain it. As much as I hate relying on something so feared and dangerous, I think we need to find and open that vault.
I wonder if they're done by now.
I hope so. Simon said they were almost done getting rid of all the ice there.
Would doing that put us in Simon's or Sir Frost or whoever's actually in charge? Put us on their bad side though?
Not if we play our cards right.
Okay.
First things first. Dugout west. We need equipment.
Yeah.
We need guns. Lots of guns.
There are guns in this world?
No. Well, I mean, you might have some black powder stuff. They're just not widely used. So you will head back to the Dugout West, where you can refresh your inventory. Not nine.
9-9!
Yes.
Oh my god.
Cool.
Cool.
No doubt.
No.
Yay! We're somebody's favorite dorks. Yes. All right. You can head back to the Dugout West, where you can refresh your inventory, sell off any items that you don't want, or divvy up your gold and do a little bit of a shopping spree. But we will do that kind of off screen between sessions here, as I think we are at a good stopping place for tonight. I know that there are a lot of questions.
Oh, yeah.
And lots of mysteries surrounding this mysterious rift, this mysterious shadow stranger, and the vault as well. All of which I am really excited to unveil. Like, I have been meticulously planning over the last week, depending on... Oh, no, one answers no. All in good time. You know what? It is anticipation that makes it all the much more sweeter.
We've known about this rift for, since session 1, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It's just now become the big problem of the day. So, but yes, this is a good place to stop for tonight. We really appreciate all of you who have stuck around and watched. And everybody's break into Rocky Horror here.
Yes.
In a moment.
Go for 23. You are now best friends with us.
Faithful handyman. He's just a little brought down because when you knocked, he thought you were the Candyman.
Oh my god, we have to watch that now. It has to happen.
Oh, that'd be great.
I'll dress up.
Anyway, we will be back again next Monday, as we usually are, here, same time, same channel, for the 12th episode of The Facite. But I have been your humble game mistress Winter for this evening. You can find me at gmistresswinter on Twitter, Instagram, and over at Facebook, even though I'm rarely on Facebook anymore. I am a writer and all-around TTRPG hobbyist, and I just love this community. I love you, our viewers. Thank you so much for being here. And I want to, again, extra our wonderful players here, starting with Abby.
Hi everyone, I'm Abby Marie Carter, and as you've seen, I played a hero tonight. Thus far, that's all I do right now. I'm a huge TTRPG fan, and I do a lot of stuff in my personal life with it. I'm also an aspiring actor, so that's kind of why I love doing this. Thank you all so much for sticking around. It was really great. You can find me on Instagram at Abby_Marie_Carter. See you next week.
Fantastic. Thank you. And Dennis.
Hi, I'm Dennis. I've been trying to run tech this whole time.
Which I greatly appreciate. Every week. Yeah, thank you.
You can find my stuff over at OKSDM on YouTube. I'm currently working on Sagas, my own rules light, any system, any setting, any genre, and feat-based character building RPG, which I'm super excited about and too excited to talk apparently. And Winter has been helping me design that a little bit, and I'm very excited for that to, I'm excited to finally show it off soon.
Yeah. I certainly hope you get that opportunity soon. And my channel is open if you want to.
Yes, we shall talk.
Do that. Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you. And Joe.
Hi. There is something in my eye. I don't know what it is. I played Serana tonight. And you can find me on social media at MaryHappy2, AltJojo4, MojoJojo624. And currently this is the only live game that I am playing, but I'm featured in some reruns on Spells and Storycraft of our Spelljammer campaign that is going to come back at some point. So reruns are being run over there. And it's great stuff. Those are happening on Sundays around 8 p.m. Central Time.
Wunderbar. And Joey.
Hi, I'm Joey. I played Delphinium today. You can find me at Prince Perry Pastille on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. And then kind of reprising my role as Flynn on Star Bottled Refill. Kind of interacting with the fans through the reruns, and then new episodes after the reruns. I can't wait.
That sounds really exciting for the both of you, and I hope they go really well. And we send out our support to our wonderful players. So, all right. Well, thank you, everybody. I hope you have a great week, a great weekend, and that you will come back to Reclaim Mondays with us for the next episode of The Facite. Until then, may your dice roll ever in your favor. Have a good night.